Hi, I'm Jenny. Welcome to your first workout in this 12-week resistance training program. This is week 1, workout 1. We'll be focusing on building muscle mass. We'll be doing 3 sets of 12 reps today with 3 different pairs of exercises. The equipment that you'll need will be a variety of dumbbells in a moderate to heavy range for you. And you'll also need your mat for core exercises and a strap for stretching. So go ahead and gather your equipment and meet me back here for a warm-up. For today's warm-up, we're gonna go through the exercises that we'll be doing in our workout. You can use a light weight if you have it, or you can do the warm-up with no weight at all. If you have a bench, you can use that for the chest press exercise and the single arm row exercise that we'll be doing today. If you don't have a bench or a chair in your space, I'll show you how to do those exercises without that equipment. Our first set of exercises will be a goblet squat and a single arm row. So you can warm up with a light weight. We're gonna hold that weight at your chest and come into our squat position. Feet just a little bit wider than hip width apart, holding that weight close to your body. We're gonna come down into your squat and all the way up straight. You wanna squeeze your glutes at the top and press into your heels. You're keeping that weight really close to your body to protect your lower back, chest up, back straight. As you get into your workout, we'll be doing 3 sets of 12 reps with heavy weight. What that means is that you can do 12 reps with a good form, but it feels challenging when you get to those last couple of reps. Let's get a few more to warm up. 2, 1. Our second exercise will be a single arm row. I'll show you different options for this depending on the equipment that you have. If you have a bench, you have 2 options. You can have your knee and hand on the bench, creating a tabletop with your body. And you're just gonna lift your elbow up just slightly above your rib cage, making sure that you keep your back straight, your elbow in close to your body, and your core engaged. You could also have both feet on the floor if you just have a chair, and you can have one hand on the chair for stability. We're just getting warmed up here, so let's get a few more with that light weight. 2, 1. Other option, we're gonna warm up the other side. If you don't have a bench or a chair, you're gonna take the weight in your hand, have the opposite leg forward, so you're creating a table with your leg, keeping your back flat as always, and pulling that elbow up just above your rib cage. So you're stabilizing on that front leg, pressing into that front heel. Keeping your core nice and tight the whole time, nice straight spine. Now if you're doing this without a bench or a chair, you might not be able to use as heavy of a weight as you would, so just be mindful of how your back feels. Always listen to your body, take breaks when you need to. Let's get a couple more. All right, that'll be our first set of exercises. Next, we'll be doing deadlifts and chest press. So you can warm up again with light weights or no weights at all. We're gonna practice that hip hinge first without any weights. So you're gonna stand with your feet just about hip width apart, soft knees so they're not locked. You're gonna bend from your hips, so you're pushing your hips back and then coming all the way straight. So let's just get warmed up with a few of these. Not too much knee bend as that hinge from the hip. So you're a lowercase L, you're an uppercase L. You're keeping your back straight and your shoulders back. pressing into your heels and squeezing your glutes at the top. Now, if you want to add a light weight to warm up, you're going to take the weights by your sides, same position, soft knees, hinge from your hip, back flat. You could also hold the weights in front of your thighs if you like that position better. Just be sure not to roll your shoulders around your back. So keeping that nice flat back position. We'll warm up with a few more. Notice I'm not bending my knees deeply, but I'm not locking them straight. So we're getting a little knee bend and hip bend, initiating from the hips, keeping that spine nice and long and coming all the way straight. Let's get one more. All right, chest press is next. If you have a bench, you'll be on your back on the bench. Make sure you get in and out of the position safely. So you want to keep the weights close to your body as you come down on the bench. You could also do this on a mat on the floor. You're going to have the weights at chest height, so your elbows are slightly lower than your shoulders. We're going to press up over the chest and back down. So if you're on a bench, you have a little bit more room to drop your elbows down slightly below the bench. If you're on the floor, you're just going to come down until your elbows touch the floor. Either way, we want to make sure that you're keeping your back flat, so no arching. Always engaging your core and making sure you're breathing. We'll have a couple more reps to warm up. And then we'll get out the same way we got in. So you're gonna keep those weights close to your body and come to stand. Our next set of exercises will be stationary lunges and overhead press. So again, you can warm up with your light weights if you like, or we'll just have the hands on the hips to start. We'll start with the right leg back, left leg forward. You're gonna have the heel lifted on that back leg and your torso upright. So when you drop down into your lunge, we've got a straight line, shoulder, hip, and knee. All the way down, all the way up. So with your lunges, it's an up and down movement. We wanna try not to move the body forward and backward in space, just up and down. Keeping some weight pressed into that front heel and the ball of the foot in the back. Shoulders back, back straight, and breathing. Now this is definitely challenging your balance if you're not used to this, so find something to focus your gaze on. It will take some practice. We'll get one more on this side to warm up, and let's go ahead and switch sides. Heel up on that back foot, shoulders back, back straight, dropping down, shoulder, hip, and knee in a straight line, up and down. Now, if this doesn't feel good for your knees, think about creating a longer space. If you're too close together, you're gonna put a lot of load on your knees. So you wanna make sure you have that nice long posture, straight line from your shoulder to your knee. A couple more to go. All right, our final exercise will be an overhead press. Grab those light weights if you have them to warm up. Weights by your shoulders, and you're just gonna press straight up overhead. Bringing those weights together, overhead, coming back down to your shoulders. Anytime you're doing standing arm work, you wanna make sure that you're engaging your core. That means a gentle tuck of the pelvis, pulling the belly button in towards the spine, having your feet a little wider than hip width apart, so you have a nice solid stance on the floor, and really using your breath. Exhaling on that lift, inhaling to lower. Let's get a few more to warm up. 2, 1, and down. Great work on the warm up. You can set those light weights aside. We're gonna start the workout now with 12 reps, 3 sets of goblet squats and single arm rows. So go ahead and grab one single heavy weight and meet me back here. Starting with our goblet squats, You want to carefully get that weight into position close to your body so you're not harming your lower back. You want to keep that weight nice and tight. Come into that squat position so feet are just a little bit wider than hip width apart, maybe slightly turned out if that feels better for your hips and knees. Up and down for 12. Exhaling up, squeeze the glutes at the top. Slow and controlled pace, we don't want to rush through it. Here's 5, 6. Now you don't have to be in sync with me, you can count your 12 reps. I've got 4 more. 3, 2, 1. We're gonna go right into our single arm row. That might be the same weight you were using, or you might switch it out. Starting on the right arm, find that tabletop position, whether you're using a bench, a chair, or just your body. Shoulders square, hips square. We're gonna exhale as we pull up. You wanna go in the same pace on the way down that you go on the way up, getting that elbow slightly above your ribs. We're halfway there. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. I always like to stand up and stretch out before we do the other side. Just make sure everything feels good in your back and shoulders. And we'll get that other side, 12 reps. Setting up the same, shoulders and hips square, core engaged, pull that lower belly in, exhale up, always using your breath. Counting your 12 reps. I've got 6 more to go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Now, because we're alternating lower body and upper body, we don't need to take as long of a break because our upper body is resting while we're working the lower body. So we're gonna go right back into those goblet squats. If you need longer to rest, pause the video and come back in when you're ready. Round 2 of 3. Weight at your chest, feet are about hip width apart, you've got 12 reps. Make sure you're coming all the way straight. Shoulders back, chest up. 6 more. Here's 4, 3, 2, 1, and we're back to our rows. This is 2 of 3. 6 to 12 reps is the range we're going for. I'm counting 12 today, but anything in that range, we'll be working on building muscle mass. Shoulders square, hips square, let's go. Exhale up. Don't rush. Halfway, I've got 6 more. 4, 3, 2, 1. Stand up, stretch out, switch sides. Just go right into it when you're ready. Get those 12 reps. Elbow in close. Six more. 4, 3, 2, 1, and down. We've got 1 more set to go. Goblet squats are up. Set it up. Chest up, back straight, heels down. Here we go. Exhale when you push up through those heels. Here's our halfway point. Last 5 squats. 4, 3, 2, 1, and we will finish up with our single arm rows. Your break is coming. Let's finish up this set. 12 on each side. Let's go. Coming up on 6. Let's count down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we'll finish it up on the other side. Here's our last 12 reps on this set. Count down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, rest. Great job on your first set of exercises. We're gonna take a water break, come back here, and be ready for deadlifts and chest press. We are ready to start our second set of exercises, starting with our deadlifts. You've got a moderate to heavy weight in each hand. Again, that position, you could have the weights by your sides or in front, as long as you don't round your shoulders or your back. You're gonna stand with your feet slightly wider than hip width, pull those shoulders back, soft knees, hinge from your hip. Here we go. Maybe starting by bringing the weights just to your knees or slightly lower, where you can keep your back straight. That's the most important thing. Keep that lower belly pulled in, all the way straight with your hips. We're halfway. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one. Now make sure you set down your weights with good form. You're gonna bend your knees, keep your back straight. Make sure they're out of the way where you won't trip on them. And grab your weights for chest press. On the bench or on your mat. Keeping the weights close to your body as you get into position. I'm bringing my feet up on the bench so I can keep my back flat. If you're tall, you might not need to do that. Have the weights at chest level, elbows slightly lower than your shoulders. Pull the belly in, take an inhale at the bottom, and exhale, press up. Slow and controlled, pace of your breath, bringing those weights over your chest. Try not to bend your wrists. Check in that you're not arching your back on the way down. Last 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Weights to your chest, elbows in, come to stand, and we'll be back at our deadlifts. Picking up the weights with good form as well. Bend your knees, keep your back straight. We'll start round 2. Weights by your sides or in front, shoulders back, soft knees, hinge. all the way up. Squeeze the glutes. Leading with the hips. Shoulders back every time. Halfway, we've got 6 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, last one, and rest. Rest the legs, going back to the bench or the mat for your chest press. Weights at chest level. Back flat, posture first. Exhale, press. 6 to 12 reps. The last 2 to 3 reps should be challenging, but you should be able to do the full set with good form. Halfway. Up to 5 more. 4, 3, 2, 1. Come to stand and we'll do our final set of deadlifts. Last 12 reps. Shoulders back, back straight, soft knees, belly in. All the way straight. Not too much bend in your knees. Make sure you're breathing. Big exhale on the way up. It's halfway. 6 more to go. Glutes, hamstrings, and lower back are working here. 3, 2, 1, and set them down. We'll finish up our chest press on the bench or on the floor. Last set, your break is coming. Finish these up, 12 reps. Exhale on the press. Try not to pop your ribs or arch your back. Really keeping everything on the spine in contact with the bench or the mat. Using that breath. We're halfway and do up to 6 more. 4, 3, 2, 1, and down. Great work on that second sequence. We've got 1 more to go. We've got lunges and overhead press. Take a quick water break and meet me back here for lunges. For our stationary lunges, you're gonna have 1 weight in each hand. We'll start with the left leg forward, right leg back, set up in your position. It's a big step back. Lift that heel on the back foot, shoulders back, straight up and down for 12. Remember that straight line from your shoulder to your knee, or it's about 90-degree bend in both knees when we come down. That's halfway. Let's get 6 more on this side. Keep that belly pulled in for stability. Last 4, 3, press into that front heel, 2, 1, and we'll switch sides. Right leg forward, left leg back, heel lifted, chest up, straight up and down. Try not to lean forward. All the way straight when you come up. Here's our halfway point. 6 more. 4, 3, 2, 1. And we'll come into our overhead press next. Make sure you have weights that you can comfortably press overhead for 6 to 12 reps without getting any pain or tension in your neck. We're gonna start by taking those weights up to your shoulders with your elbows wide out to the sides, palms forward, wrists straight. Nice wide stance, soft knees. Exhale up. Keep that good posture so you're not arching your back when you go overhead. Those weights all the way up over your head. Halfway point, we've got 6 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Give your hands a little break. We'll be coming into our lunges again next. This time we're gonna start the right leg forward, left leg back. Shoulders back, back straight, pull the belly in, up and down for 12. As always, if you need a longer break, please pause the video, come back in when you're ready to go. 6 more. 5, try not to lean forward around your shoulders. 4, 3, 2, 1, and switch. Left leg forward, right leg back, straight up and down. Make sure you're breathing. Exhale when you press up, we're halfway. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rest the lower body. We're gonna work those shoulders again with that overhead press. Switch your weights if you need to. Set it up. Weights at your shoulders. Overhead. Use your breath, you're exhaling up. That's our halfway point, up to 6 more. Count down with me for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, rest. We've got 1 more set to go. Getting back into our lunges, we'll finish up with that final set of overhead press, and then we're gonna come down on the mat and do some ab work and stretching. So let's get that last set done. You can start on whatever side you want. 1 foot forward, 1 foot back, heel lifted on that back side, up and down. Keep those shoulders pulled back. Halfway, let's get these last 6. Press into that front heel. 5, 4, 3, 2. Here's our last lunge. Finish up on the other side. Find that posture and balance first, and then go for it. Count your reps to up to 12. Last set of lower body here. That's halfway point, up to 6 more. Straight up and down. 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Legs are done. Great job. We're gonna finish up upper body with that overhead shoulder press. Set it up and let's get it done. Should be challenging this last set, so really push through as many as you can, up to 12 with good form, where you're not feeling strain in your neck and you can get that full range of motion. And that's halfway. Get up to 6 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, last one, down, rest. Great work on your weights. We're gonna set the weights aside and meet me on the mat with your stretching strap. For our ab exercises, we'll be working through a variety of crunches in different positions. I'll show you 3 different positions. You can do all 3 different positions, or you can pick whichever one works best for you. We're gonna start on your back with your feet flat on the floor, with your lower back flat. Hands can be behind your head or across your chest. And we're gonna count 15 reps with your elbows wide, lifting those shoulders up off of the mat on your exhale. Keeping a gentle tuck of your chin, so you're not bringing your head all the way back. Slow and controlled pace of your breath. So you're exhaling up and inhaling down. Count down 10, 9, 8, keep those elbows wide. 7, so you're not pulling on your neck. 6, here's our last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We'll rest. Take your arms out to the side. Drop your legs to one side. Turn your head to the opposite side. Take a stretch. Come back through center. Do the same thing in the other direction. We're gonna do another set. You can do exactly the same as you just did, or we're gonna bring the legs up into a tabletop position, so 90-degree bend at the hip and knee. Everything else stays the same. Hands behind the head, elbows wide, crunch up for 15. Exhaling on the lift. Five down, count those 10. 9, 8, 7, 6, you got this. Get those shoulder blades up. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Down, take a stretch. And any stretch that feels good for your body after doing those crunches. We've got one more set to go. You can choose any of those 2 positions we just did. Feet on the floor, legs up in tabletop, or for the final set, we've got our legs straight up and we're gonna reach for the toes. So arms up, tuck your chin, keep your chin tucked, reach for your toes. Here we go, exhale. Ten more, and then there's 10, 9, keep that tuck of your chin, 8, 7, shoulder blades up, 6, Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and down. Take a big long stretch, maybe roll your head from side to side. Release any tension in your neck. We're gonna come into some lower body stretches. So come up to your hands and knees. I'm gonna start with a hip flexor stretch. So you're gonna take your left leg forward, right leg back, hands on your thigh, and just sink into it. You can tuck your back toes under, just stabilize your knee, stretching through the front of the hip. Just gonna hold here for a few breaths. Please don't skip the stretching. You'll feel so much better tomorrow. You stretch your muscles after you work out. And also just starting to calm that breathing. Just start to take some long, slow, deep breaths. Rebalance the nervous system after the stress of a workout. Other side. Keeping that front knee over the front ankle. Back straight. Just sinking into that hip flexor. Just see if you can start breathing in and out through your nose. Now that your heart rate and your breath rate are coming down from the workout. We're gonna come onto your back. We're gonna take the right leg and just pull the knee in towards the chest, just straight in. You can hold behind your thigh. And breathe. And then we'll come across the body with a bent leg. So 90 degree at the hip, 90 degree at the knee, right arm out to the side, and you're just gonna pull across. Keep your right hip down so we really can get this stretch here through the glutes and the outer hip and thigh. So you're not stretching or twisting your back, just keeping it in the glutes. Take a few good breaths here. And then you're gonna bend your left knee, come into a figure 4. Get a little turn out in that right thigh, flex your right foot, maybe put a little pressure on the thigh, and that might be all the stretch you need. If you feel like you want a little more depth in that stretch, you can lift your left leg off, you can clasp behind your left thigh, you might use a strap here around your thigh or around your left foot. Just getting deep into the glutes now. Those nice long, slow breaths in and out through the nose. We'll switch sides. Left knee comes in towards your chest. Shoulders and neck are relaxed down so we're not straining while we're stretching. We'll come across the body, take that left leg, 90 degree at the knee, 90 degrees at the hip. Right hand pulls that leg across the body without lifting the hip. So we're really anchoring the pelvis down on the mat. Breathe. Figure 4 stretch is next. Come in whenever you're ready. Left ankle over the right knee, turning that left thigh out. Apply some gentle pressure, see if you can get a good stretch there. If you need more, we're gonna lift off. Clasp behind the right thigh. Again, you could use a strap here, especially if you really feel like you're straining or having to lift up to get to your leg, then you could take your strap. And if I use a strap here, I like to double it up. Just put it around your thigh so you can stay on your back with your shoulders down. And release. Take that strap now around the ball of your right foot. We're gonna come up into a hamstring stretch. You can keep your left leg bent. And again, you wanna just find a position where you can relax your shoulders down. You don't have to have your leg perfectly locked out straight. Especially if you're feeling the stretch mostly in the back of your knee, then maybe just soften that knee a little bit. Get a deeper stretch where you're really feeling that stretch in the hamstrings, the back of the thigh. If your left leg is bent, you're gonna go ahead and straighten it out now. Feel a little deeper stretch in the hamstrings. Take the strap, both sides of the strap in your left hand. Take your right arm out to the side, and we're just gonna take that leg across the body. Start by keeping the hip down, just like we did on the other one. Hold it there for a couple of breaths. And if it feels okay for your back, you can let that hip lift up. This will take it a little bit more into a lower spine twist. Make sure you don't feel any pain or pressure in your lower back if you choose to lift that hip up. And keep your arm out to the side for a counterbalance. We'll come back up through center and switch sides. Left foot in the strap. Soft knee, not locked. Right leg can be straight or bent. Just breathing into it. Now go ahead and straighten that right leg if it's bent. Find a little deeper hamstring stretch. You can stay here if you need a little more in the hamstrings, or we'll come into that cross body stretch, taking the strap in the right hand only, left arm out to the side. Keep that left hip anchored down to start. Just take the leg as far as it'll go, where it stops naturally, where the hip is down. Hold it there for a couple of breaths. And you can stay right there if that feels like what you need today. If you want to come into that little bit of a twist, you can let that hip lift up. Just breathe and relax the shoulders. We'll take a couple more breaths here. Bring that leg back to center, release your strap. Come to any comfortable seated position. You could also do this standing if you like. We're just gonna take a little shoulder stretch, just taking that arm right across the body. Try not to twist your upper body too much. You want to keep your shoulders square. That'll help get that stretch right in the right spot that you worked today in your workout. Let's go ahead and get the other side. The elbow is slightly bent. We're going to come to stand next, and you can take your strap with you. I'm gonna double up that strap, hold it behind your back with your palms facing back, about shoulder width apart, and just lift up, getting a nice chest and shoulder stretch here. We're just gonna hold it in that position. Let's take one more breath here. Go ahead and switch your grip, so now your palms are facing forward, and same thing, we're just going to reach those arms up, stretching the chest and shoulders with a little bit different rotation. And go ahead and release your arms, roll your shoulders, take a couple of deep breaths, and thank you so much for joining me. Congratulations on finishing your first workout in this 12-week program. I'm so glad you joined me today, and I can't wait to see you in a couple of days. Until then, have a beautiful day.